I figured it out. Okay, we're rolling. Welcome back, everybody, to the Watering Hole podcast with Novelty and my good friend, Sir Brian Hattrick. How's everybody doing tonight? Brian, how are you?
I'm doing spectacular. Thank you very much.
Good to hear, my good friend. Now, we are talking about a lot of different topics tonight. The first one, I guess we'll start off with the wildfires out there in Hawaii. What the hell's going on over there?
Wildfires.
Wild.
Like wild. Yeah. I mean, that's the only way you could say that sentence and have it be correct.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, from uh, from word on the ground, people are saying that there were like laser attacks seen, and the conspiracy goes as wide as to say that there were aliens that were doing it. But of course, I'm more inclined to believe that it's directly correlated to the recent real estate grab going on in Maui.
And direct energy weapons, maybe?
Oh yeah. The direct energy weapons are like the culprit.
So there's a cash grab behind this, and it most likely involves property or real estate.
Yeah. So the actual law was passed in this year, and from what I understand, it basically is some sort of like if something is going on with your property and you lose it to disaster, then uh, the government relocates you
Mm-hmm.
and you have no choice, and there's no way to get back your property because then it becomes like state land.
And that's interesting because a lot of homeless people that were in Los Angeles were actually relocated to Hawaii. Did you know this?
No, I had no idea about that.
Yeah, they were. My parents were out there on vacation in Hawaii like 5 months ago or whatever, and they were saying that the government is shipping off homeless people to live just basically in Hawaii. Like they bring them on a plane there to ship them off.
Yeah, it's wild. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So
Um.
the whole real estate game being involved really isn't a surprise, considering how our Congress is full of landowners,
Mhm.
and during COVID, a lot of them were continuing to raise prices during a time when people had actually less income coming in.
Mhm. And Bill Gates buying up all the farmland.
Yeah, yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting how, no one can just have their own land now. It's like everyone needs to live in like these smart communities with these fucking apartment complexes and electric vehicles and whatever. And they're all like in a little, uh, basically a monitored community.
Yeah, yeah. It's a wild time out there.
Yeah.
Uh, so I like to uh, maybe sweep to some bigger conspiracy at hand when it comes to the fires. Um, Actually, there's uh, satellite footage of Quebec, Canada. That's Quebec with a Q, and it shows the fires that were in that province started at the same time, but miles apart from each other and instantaneously. And
That's just a coincidence.
yeah, well, and actually, when I followed the story back then, I heard about a laser attack. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and just thought, oh well, that's just another chapter. But now it's coming out again, and it's fascinating. The type of disaster that has hit Maui took less than 6 hours for the fire to burn, and they lost nearly everything.
Yep. I remember watching the news one morning and it was like 55 people died in Hawaii from fires. I was like, what? Like that just came out of nowhere.
Wow.
Like out of nowhere, like within 48 hours, they just popped this whole shit off. And of course FEMA's there and people are getting aid from the government now and it's like how many I'm starting to think like all these natural disasters are all planned out, man.
Well, maybe not all of them, but certainly we've been having a myriad of things that have been unusual happening. And there's a lot of whistleblowers that come out and talk about HARP type technology.
Mm-hmm.
And I just listened to one about the bigger satellite array that we have set up in Antarctica
Mm-hmm.
and the South Pole. And apparently that thing can cause earthquakes, tsunamis, and possibly even strike life down in areas. It's wild to even think about. But I don't know if you remember the story about the birds that just fell out of the sky. That would have been like 13 years ago or so.
Yes.
I was living in Chicago, and it was a worldwide event where in different places, suddenly whole groups of birds fell out of the sky in whole. And they're all over the sidewalks, and people were taking pictures. It looked like some horror movie. And
Mm-hmm.
more than likely, they were destroyed by a microwave weapon. In fact, I've heard that specimens were looked at and that they had burns on them.
Well, this happened too from when there was that. Remember that train that crashed in Ohio, like out there on the East Coast, and they were saying that um, all those chemicals that were being stored in the train got released into the atmosphere, and there was a bunch of dead birds everywhere. And then the government, the mainstream media, they were like, "Well, actually, this had nothing to do with the bird's death. They actually just flied into a wall. That's how they died." Yeah, they all just flew into walls. Yep, it had nothing to do with their polluted air at all that they're flying in. Their polluted environment. It had nothing to do with that. They just simply they flew into a building and they died.
Right. It's just a bit ridiculous. And then, like I've heard other directed energy weapons stories about actual vessels being struck on the ocean, but of course, there's no way to really confirm anything like that because
Yeah.
just wild conspiracy as far as I'm concerned. Wildfire of conspiracy.
Wildfire of conspiracies. Now, I live in Wisconsin and I've personally noticed the effect it has on our air during the bad times of the Canadian fire at the beginning of the summer. The whole air, the whole sky was just haze. It was all gray. It was you could just see the smoke in the air. It was like, damn, we're supposed to have summer and it's gonna be nice, and then all of a sudden it's just like, nope. You got haze, polluted environment. There was a day where they told everybody to stay inside because the air quality was dangerous. So they're really doing this, guys. Like they really are fucking with our air quality and our environment 100%, and they want to blame it on us. It's not us. All we do is fucking drive to work, drive maybe to get some food, go back to our house. It's really not that. They want to make us seem like we're the fucking bad people for driving around so much. It's like, meanwhile, they have aircraft flying all over the place, and there is actually proof that some people say chemtrails aren't real. It is real. I watched this video of this guy. He actually worked for the government, and he showed us. He's like, "Yeah, I'm an ex he was like an ex-veteran or whatever. He was a veteran." And he goes into this garage and he's like, "Here's my plane. This is what I do for a living now. I go in here and I fly around, and for every chemtrail that I release, I get $500." And then he shows the whole plane. Like, this is like these planes you see flying in the sky that a contrail disappears after a while. These chemtrails don't. They spread. And he goes to the back of the plane and he opens up the trunk. There's like a little trunk on the back of the plane. Opens it up, and there's a little box that says straight up chemtrails. Like, it literally says chemtrails. Like, that's literally what it is. Like, I don't get why people think these aren't real. It's 100% real. It's not even up for debate anymore. Like, chemtrails are real, people. Wake the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, that's something that people have been attacked for relentlessly for a long time, since the 70s.
Yeah, just like, the moon landing and all that shit. It's like, there's a reason why these conspiracies exist. It's because first of all, no one can indefinitely say that it's wrong or right. So you got to wonder, you know, anyone can say, "Oh, look at this apple, it's red." You look at an apple, it's red. It could be green, it could be yellow, whatever. Whatever color it is. You can look at that and say, "Yeah, that's that color." Maybe unless you're colorblind, but the fact that people don't understand that 9/11 wasn't the real story that they said, like, if they're really still thinking that, oh my God, have mercy on your soul. You got to be completely brain dead to think everything that unfolded on 9/11 was exactly the way the news told you. It's just, there's
Seems
no
pretty
way.
straightforward to me.
Yep.
But people just hated freedom.
Goddamn terrorists.
Goddamn terrorists just trying to end the way of the eagle.
These terrorists, they're hijacking planes, crashing them into New York City's best buildings.
Well, can we just be honest though? Like, not in our parents' lives, our grandparents' lives, our grandparents' lives, has there ever been another single moment that has been so monumental to the impact of how people think as 9/11? Because we were all spellbound. We all were thinking revenge.
Mm-hmm.
And we allowed that to get the better of us as a country.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the only thing that this is my caveat, the only thing that is close in comparison, Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. Well,
Pearl Harbor was the one historical event in U.S. history that I can point to that pointed everybody in one direction so unilaterally that there was no other opinions.
Well, put that on steroids, and then you got COVID-19.
Well, COVID-19, we just had a really brutal war where anybody who was slightly conspiratorial got hazed.
Yeah.
Wild.
Wash your hands. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, ever since 9/11 though, that was the main thing I think that woke a lot of truthers up, at least in my generation. We're like the same age. You're like a little bit older than like 2 years older than me.
2 years old, yeah, it's the same group. Yeah.
We're both millennials, right? So
I don't know.
pretty
I
sure.
forget. I forget all the time because it's painful.
I mean, not that I even give a fuck about any of that, but you know what they did to our generation. It's we basically saw the beginning of social media. We saw the boom of the internet. We saw 9/11. And then right when we get in like the age where we're supposed to be like prospering financially and you know, then all of a sudden, COVID-19 hits and then our economy goes to shit. You could argue that we have been living one of the hardest existences out of any generation.
Yeah. Um, there's an argument for that until you get to the Great Depression.
But even the Great Depression wasn't as bad as what we're going through right now. They did the math and they said that the US dollar was actually worth more back then than it is now.
Fantastic.
Not that it really fucking matters, but because they don't. You could say that even if that is true, but back then they didn't even have like fun shit to do with your dollar. Like they were just walking around, no internet, no fucking fun stuff to do. But now it's like, yeah, you can make more money per hour and stuff, but everything is just going to be more expensive. That's just how it is. It's the new world normal. It's like maybe Russia and China are fucking already paying us with the currency that they're developing with the mineral backed currency. What are your thoughts on that?
Uh, I bet the elites would rather have a child-based economy, but they can't see invoking that anytime soon.
Fucking pedophiles.
But I'm sure it's been discussed.
Yeah, they base their economy on children's blood.
Um, since we're gonna just keep taking side steps, I guess we might as well go all the way. I saw this thing about Dwayne the Rock Johnson always giving hints that he's a child molester, and it really disturbed me.
A lot of celebrities are. It's
Freaking
just
name. Him and Tom Hanks winking at each other about how much they like pizza.
ugh.
Really uncomfortable.
Tom Hanks is weird. Like, I as a kid I watched the movie Castaway or whatever, and I thought it was really good. But the older I get, I look at these older celebrities and I just see pedophiles. Like that's all I can see. You're a pedo. You're a pedo. That's all I can think about. Like how many fucking little boys did you molest today? It's disgusting.
Well, I'll never know. Never
Everything,
know.
I feel like the blanket is just getting ripped off. All this shit that was hidden for so many years. And the world is finally exposed as it is. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
I think they kind of get off on it too. They're like, oh, well, we told them the truth.
So, yeah, I don't. I don't know. I'm all over the place, Alex. This really bounced a lot.
Well, any topics you wanted to transition into here?
No, we just left the topics behind. We just breezed by them. It's like next topic. Next topic. I'm out. I don't know what to do. It hurts. Like we didn't even get through the fires, and we were talking about other things.
Yeah.
It was like one main topic today, and then it was like side tangents, and that's okay. I just don't know where to go, and like, yeah, connections. Like right off the bat, the first question that you asked was like a curveball. Like you were like, and satellite array, or you were talking about the weapon systems, and it's like we're not there yet. Like
maybe we need to get better at that. Future episodes more planned out a little bit better, but
yeah, it's okay. I think what we need to do is just learn to keep magnifying on the same topic and to keep working angles on it. You gotta. We'll know when it's beat.
yeah.
And if we move on before it's beat, it's awkward to move back to. I don't know how to transition that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the high power weapon system was like a great talking point, but it didn't need to come right then. And I was just like, oh my god, I was just talking about something else. And then I brought it back, and then I got sidetracked, and then we're all over the place. And I just like, I don't know. We need to write something up next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
it.
can we do maybe give the audience a little Chat GPT skit before we go?
Mm. Yeah.
Could do like Alex Jones interviewing Neil deGrasse Tyson or something? Or should we do two Neil deGrasse Tysons debating each other?
Hang on. I'm just thinking. I had something that was pretty good.
We got to do Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay, hold on. I'm making this skit right now. Okay. All right. I said make a skill about Neil deGrasse Tyson versus an AI in battle of wits.
All right.
And I said extreme humor, please.
Extreme humor, please.
Yeah, my commands are getting more direct. Like,
okay. Do you want to send me the script and then we can go back and forth?
yeah, I'll drop it in your Facebook right now.
Okay. That was my favorite thing about the last episode we did.
Was pretty sweet. It's writing it, of course.
Okay.
Just the cosmic smackdown. Neil deGrasse Tyson versus AI Illuminati.
AI Illuminati.
The best.
The cosmic smackdown. Oh, that's fucking great.
Okay, I'm doing the introduction for the SmackDown itself because I always wanted to do this.
Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, so you want to be the AI?
Yeah, I'm gonna be the. Yeah, I mean, you got Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You be Neil deGrasse Tyson. Because you're better at the impression.
The large screen on the center. the host. Oh, who's gonna be the host?
I'll be the host.
Well, all right. You be the host. I'm doing the introduction though, because I'm doing this shit straight up old school introduction.
Okay. Let's go. Zen!
Let's get ready for Cosmic Smackdown.
You ready for this?
Neil deGrasse Tyson versus AI Illuminati.
Naughty, 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 naughty.
Out begin.
An impressive looking futuristic game show stage. There's a large screen at the center, which has the face of AI Illuminati, the AI. On one side stands Neil deGrasse Tyson, looking dapper with his signature vest and celestial tie. The audience is a mix of humans and robots. Ladies and gentlemen, and microprocessors, today we present the ultimate battle of wits. The astrophysicist and science communicator extraordinaire Neil deGrasse Tyson versus the most sophisticated AI ever created, AI Illuminati.
Let's make cosmic encounters to remember.
My neural networks are ready, Neil. Prepare for defeat. Round 1, science jokes. First up, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Why did the sun go to school?
Why?
To get a little brighter.
Not bad, Neil. Why did the quantum physicist break up with the classical physicist?
I don't know. Why?
She had too much potential.
Well played, silicone brain.
Round 2, impressions. Neil deGrasse Tyson, go.
The universe is under no obligation to make sense to you.
Woo! The universe is also under no obligation to make sense to an AI. Ouch! Round 3, dance off.
Wait, what?
A robotic.
Hold on. The cosmos is full of rhythm.
And the winner is the audience for witnessing this historic cosmic comedy.
Well, AI Illuminati, it's neither of us can go outwit the vastness and universe's humor.
Agreed, Neil. But next time, prepare to be outcomputed.
Only if you're ready to be outstarred.
And with that cosmic comedy, we say goodnight. Tune in next week for another episode of The Battle of Wits. Cosmic Wits, Cosmic Wits, The Battle of Wits. Yeah! Well, that was a good episode.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Neil deGrasse Tyson's a fucking freak.
Yeah, he's He's a bit into everything, you know.
He's out of
That's all.
control. I think he's probably a freak in the bed too. I bet he bangs his. Does he have a wife?
Oh, what did you mean before?
Oh, I bet he's a piss freak. He probably pees all over his wife every night before they go to bed.
Probably.
They probably just have a no going to the bathroom policy at night, so they just pee on each other during the night. And they have
You
like
know,
one of those beds that just collects all the pee and they just sleep in it.
truthfully, you think he'd be more grateful to his wife
Yeah.
because she taught him everything he knows about black holes.
She taught him about her hole. I bet you she plays with his hole too. She gives a little rimmer once in a while.
Hey Neil, I heard you spend a lot of time bending over and looking through your legs at the mirror. Yeah, like people just walk in on you there.
Some dudes are really into that, getting rim jobs and stuff. I gave it a shot once, but I couldn't really get into it.
They say it's a portal. If you really look deep enough,
A portal of shit.
you might see God winking at you.
You ever hear of these people that do coffee enemas? Where they like shoot coffee up their ass and it goes like in supposed to like clean out your large intestine.
Fun fact. Did you know the most popular first aid item on the wall during like the early 1800s was an enema tool?
Really?
Yeah, but it would come with a pack of cigarettes. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you. Emergency cigarettes.
Emergency cigarettes.
Yeah, you smoke the cigarette and you blow it into the tube up their ass.
And then you
And
get a nicotine enema?
yeah, it's supposed to be invigorating and it can wake people up if they've like passed out.
Isn't that what cocaine's for?
I don't know what you do on the weekends. But this is the true root of the words blowing smoke up your ass.
Wow, I did not know that. That's you teach me something new every day, Brian.
And isn't it a fun fact that you could just share at any dinner table?
Yeah.
Make sure you tell your family next time you see them.
I don't know when that's going to be. But they used to in the military they would put crushed up Adderall in the coffee because it would keep the soldiers awake and more alert. And then the Nazis started putting meth in the coffee. And there's like still to this day like Nazi cowboy guys that do that.
Didn't the meth come first, and then the Adderall is just like
Yeah,
a
well,
more way to do it?
Adderall is like a synthetic version of meth. But yeah, meth came first. But I think when Hitler and his army, I think they were all on meth.
Actually, that's one of the things that Hitler was the biggest fucking hypocrite about. He preached that, well, if you're in my army, then you should be above drugs and shit. And then, but then he gave all of his, it was only the Gestapo, like special forces type people that would have gotten that shit. And then he was taking it.
Right.
And then he was really afraid of letting other people know too much because it's like oh, then I'm not better than them.
Right. Yep,
Fucking
that's
walk.
that's just like the rest of the fucking world. The elites don't want to share their money. They don't want to share their drugs, their fucking adrenochrome, whatever the fuck they have. They don't want to share any of it.
If you were personal friends with Adolf Hitler, what do you think his nickname would have been?
Dolphy?
Dolph.
Dolphy?
Oh, that's cute. I bet you Dolphy would be fun at parties too.
Dolphy! Where's the meth?
Dolphy! He comes in farting in his armpit. Like,
He comes in, his whole Hitler stash is just covered in white powder. He's like, guys, let's party.
who likes votes?
Dolphy, you son of a bitch.
Everything changed with Dolphy after he grew that mustache. It's just not the same.
Yeah, he started getting very less pussy after he had that mustache. Before he had the stash, he was getting lots of pussy, and then
First, he stops playing the beer pong.
yeah.
He stops chilling with the bros. Next thing I know, he's rounding up the juice.
he really went on a downward spiral there. That was really fast. It was like within a year. Just no girls wanted to fuck him anymore, so he's started a genocide.
Okay, all right. Since we're being ridiculous about Hitler real quick, do you know about Hitler in Thailand?
Thailand?
Yeah. Oh my! If you don't know,
I don't know.
everyone Google Hitler Thailand right now and find out that he is the biggest celebrity there. He is the single biggest pop culture icon printed on anything in Thailand.
Does he have fun with the ladyboys over there?
Listen, people make like whole merchandise companies with him, and it's not like they're supporting Nazism. It's that they turned him into a weird pop culture clown now.
Ooh.
Like they put him on things like in a funny way, I guess. I don't know. I'm not Thai.
I want to see this because that does sound funny.
Dude, there's like a chicken store that called itself KFC but had a picture of Hitler on it. With how I discovered this whole thing, because KFC sued them.
Wow.
And because it was Colonel Sanders but drawn as Hitler, and so like KFC's like, you can't do this, so they just changed their name to Hitler's, and they got more successful. I swear to.
Did they have a ladyboy strip club with Hitler on the sign?
I don't know.
All the ladyboys have mustaches.
But, my God, okay, like in Little Nicky, like if you had a restaurant where Hitler had to stay in a jail cell like above you, and everybody for their meal just gets to watch Hitler get tortured. Only in America.
America! Fuck yeah! We're back to save the motherfucking day, yeah!
Like, I mean, it'd have to be like appropriate torture for the meal being served though, because if you did like a blood eagle, like nobody's gonna want to eat ribs.
A blood eagle?
You know what a blood eagle is?
No, what is that?
Oh, you're serious? Okay, so,
I don't know what that is.
It goes back, so like Romans loved it, but I think it went back before them.
Oh shit!
And the blood eagle is where they like take hooks and rip your chest open so that your rib cage is splayed out like eagle wings.
And then you got the skin as the wings.
Yeah, like your inside ribs are exposed like the size of wings, and then
that's fucking gnarly.
they take your entrails and like pull them out. And
Damn.
I don't know if there's anything else that they. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure some of them did extra.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. Blood Eagle's the one ancient torture technique that like I'll never forget the name.
What about the
Iron Bull?
the Iron Bull or the Iron Maiden? The Iron Maiden.
Oh, Iron Maiden, yeah.
That one's pretty ridiculous.
I have questions about it because actually I've heard that it's more of a display thing that for intimidation than actually used, but who knows? Why would that be the case?
Well, I'm sure they've used it at least once.
But like, you're telling me that there isn't at least one evil person that's killed somebody in there?
Right.
Like I don't believe that.
They definitely used it at least once.
Like if it can kill someone, somebody's used it. Like
yeah. They had some pretty gnarly torture devices back in the day.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like, oh, you're just going to get waterboarded or given a lethal injection. Back in the day, they would fucking do it publicly.
Have these awesome all-in-one fingernail rippers.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
So it hooked up to all your fingernails and ripped them off all at once?
Yeah, well, and sometimes the device actually takes like the whole tip of your finger.
Oof. When was this?
Fucking Japan, yo.
Japan.
They
would do that.
know, they're lovely people.
Yeah, they are.
But like Japanese torture techniques, no bueno.
If they don't like you, they really don't like you.
Yeah, like they really know how to make a turn on that because like you're like, oh, they're so sweet.
Yeah.
And like meanwhile, they literally understand like which toxins can paralyze you but still allow you to feel pain and shit.
Yeah, if you get someone from Japan that doesn't like you, they really don't like you.
Controversial.
Definitely burning bridges. No chance of breaking the grudge. Controversial. Well, anyways, we're at about 45 minutes. Any last topics you wanted to bring up to wrap up the episode, Sir Brian?
Humbug.
Well, that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another scintillating episode of the Watering Hole Podcast. We're going to start banging these out at least once a week, maybe more. We'll see. Cool working us to death, you know?
Good night.
Good night.
Make sure to scare your children, folks.
All right, cut.